What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now today we're going to be checking out some Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War gameplay. Just want to switch things up from the typical other gameplay like Modern Warfare and Warzone that I show so often. Yes, I know I'm going to be taking a risk here. Sometimes the textures don't load and the game just looks truly awful, honestly. But I just want to, like I said, switch things up, show you some different gameplay. There was a meta change in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. There's a lot of new variety in the game and people are using new things, so I just want to show off something different. We're going to be rocking the Bullfrog in this gameplay. And also, my god, the secondary is going to be the Street Sweeper, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. This thing is freaking disgusting. Honestly, I think I'm going to probably make a completely different video about the Street Sweeper in general because it deserves a complete video about it. It's absurd how overpowered this thing is, and oh god, you guys are going to get a little sneak peek in this video here. But today I have some extremely awful news when it comes to Call of Duty 2021. Now, to me personally, I think we all saw this one coming. I think we all know that this game, to be honest, is going to be an absolute utter disaster. After Black Ops Cold War released, I think I am just 110% positive that until everything goes back to normal with the pandemic and all this stuff, and until Activision actually puts a little bit more focus into making sure that Warzone gets pushed aside a little bit and 6v6 is focused on more, we're never going to see a completed 6v6 title. It's just not going to happen. Black Ops Cold War released awful. I mean, bugs everywhere, glitches everywhere. You could barely even still join on actual teammates and stuff like that. Same thing with Modern Warfare and Warzone. I mean, they're all completely buggy, glitchy messes. And Call of Duty 2021 is just going to add onto that pile. Now, if you guys don't follow me over on Twitter already, I highly suggest doing so. I talk about tons of stuff over there revolving Call of Duty, and a lot of you guys interact with me over there. The link to all that stuff is down in the description. But Tom Henderson, who is an extremely reliable leaker when it comes to Call of Duty content, went ahead and put a tweet over there saying, I'm sure the Call of Duty developers just have a bowl full of things they can F up, and they randomly pick one with their eyes closed, ready for the next patch/update. Then he follows up saying, honestly, at this point, it's just embarrassing, and there's zero justification for why these things are happening. It just feels like the passion has been sucked out of every studio, and working from home has made everyone lazy. Now, these tweets, I'm assuming, are directed towards, the most recent updates that are going on with Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, and all this stuff. Literally, I mean, let's be honest here, they can't fix anything. They already put out the first update, which was supposed to fix the AUG and the FFAR. Then they had to put out a second update as well. The first update did basically absolutely nothing, and it was completely broken. They had to completely make a brand new update just to repatch it again. And the FFAR is still pretty much the same. The AUG has some decent recoil. Now, I'm not going to lie, they actually did buff the recoil up a little bit, but still insane. It's going to be a meta change, I think, eventually. But if you really think about it, the amount of weapons that are in Warzone is mind-boggling, and there's only like 2 to 3 playable weapons out of the whole catalog. Warzone has all the weapons from Cold War and Modern Warfare in it, but we only see like 2 to 3 guns. How is the balancing so poor for a game with all these weapons? It makes no logical sense. Tom is right. It literally seems like every single update, the Call of Duty developers have literally a bowl full of things they can F up, and they randomly pick it. It seems like that because every time they update the game, something messes up. And it gets worse and worse and worse to the point where you honestly think it happened in Modern Warfare as well, where I constantly kept thinking it can't get worse. The bugs can't get worse. The problems can't get worse. But they do. They literally always do. It took Modern Warfare a full year to even become half decent, and still to this day, I prefer to just hop on Warzone. Warzone is so much better than the regular Modern Warfare experience, and even in Warzone, it's a glitchy, buggy mess. It doesn't matter what development team it is. It doesn't matter. Treyarch works on Black Ops Cold War. They can't get anything polished. Infinity Ward worked on Modern Warfare. They couldn't get anything polished. Raven Studios works on freaking Warzone. They can't get anything polished. No team can do anything. No team is competent enough to actually put out a complete project right now. But boy, oh boy, it only gets worse from here. Blame Truth actually quote tweeted that, saying Sledgehammer will put the nail in the coffin. But to quote tweet that as well, Tom went ahead even further and said Vanguard, to put it simply, is a effing disaster. But more on that at a later time. Now, this right here is something that's super juicy because, like I said, this is going to be revolving around Call of Duty 2021 Vanguard. And he's saying right now, it's an effing disaster. Now, we don't know what he means when he says it's an effing disaster. This could be absolutely anything. It could mean that the game isn't ready for launch. It could mean that it's not polished off yet. Still has tons of bugs. Still have tons of glitches. Or it could just simply mean that it has no content, nothing to play, no weapons. Maybe it's just a bad game in general. Maybe it has no variety. Maybe they're taking it way back with, World War II classes that are very simplistic with barely any attachments to mess around with. Or maybe even a very simplified custom class system that is just not, in-depth or unique at all. No Pick 10, no Gunsmith, nothing at all. Just something completely different that's bad. Who knows what Tom is talking about here? But a very reliable leaker has said that this game is an effing disaster right now. And it makes me wonder, How can Activision allow this to happen so often? They know their developers don't have enough time to put out these games. They know their developers are under a lot of stress. And apparently, under these working conditions, apparently when you work at home, it makes you 10 times lazier and they can't even patch, update, or make sure the game is polished off. So under all these circumstances, why is this still happening? Why can't these teams have more time to push out a game? Why can't they have more resources to push out a game, giving them the time they need to actually polish something off to make it fun for the rest of the community? They're going to keep releasing crap. That's all it comes down to. They're just going to keep releasing crap. And also with Warzone being a massive thing in Call of Duty right now, they're not even going to bother with the 6v6 experience of this game. I can already call it now. 6v6 is going to be dead. For me personally, I stream every single day. If you guys want to catch me stream, we do that over on twitch.tv. Link to that is down in the description. Like I said, every single day, about like 4 to 5 hours at a time. We always have a blast. It's a great community over there. But I'll probably be playing 6v6 on stream because that's what you guys like to watch. But at the end of the day, the mass majority of the people, not just people who like to watch streams or people who like to watch YouTube and stuff like that, I'm talking about like the casuals, the people who don't even bother watching any of that stuff or keeping updated with the news in the game and all that. Just some people who want to hop on the game maybe for a half an hour after work or something like that and call it quits. Everybody is rotating over Warzone. That is the main priority. And that's understandable because that's where the money's at. But you don't want to throw the 6v6 experience away. Because think back to BO4. Even BO4 was still popping a little bit. Even though Blackout came out, a lot of pub stompers still played actual BO4 PvP. And they posted on YouTube and stuff like that. But you don't see that nowadays. Nobody's pub stomping on Black Ops Cold War. Nobody's pub stomping on Modern Warfare. Nobody's getting clips here or there. Everybody is just playing Warzone at this point. That's what it all revolves around. And it's all because 6v6 gets no attention. I mean, at this point, Battlefield 6 is looking extremely good. I think Battlefield 6 is going to completely wipe clean Call of Duty this year. I really do. And that's a rare occasion because usually Call of Duty is a very dominant game in the FPS genre. It's hard to compete with COD. But Battlefield is getting so much hype right now. They're really turning up the community, especially after having something like Battlefield 5, which is honestly, in my opinion, a rare occasion to happen in any Battlefield game. Usually, they typically release pretty poorly, obviously, in the beginning, but over the course of a year, each Battlefield game is pretty much perfection, besides maybe Hardline. Hardline wasn't bad. It was good, but I don't want to consider it perfection or anything like that. But at the end of the day, they're talking about it being like a mix of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 and something like steroids or some crap. I mean, come on now. How could you possibly hate a game like that? A modern day shooter that's going to have all the Battlefield moments, hopefully fast-paced vibes, compared to another World War II shooter, which we just saw not too long ago when it came to Call of Duty. That's not going to be polished off, they're not going to have time to finish it, and by the time the next year comes for the game to be finished, there's going to be another Call of Duty game anyways out to replace it. At least with Battlefield, when it comes to another year, we're still going to have an extra year or two to actually enjoy the game because they don't release a Battlefield game every single year. It's not ridiculous like that. I just hope they're able to manage the content, because in Battlefield 5, they managed the content poorly, and that cycle was awful. Like I said, I still, to this day, think Battlefield 5 might be one of the worst Battlefield games, and it's hard because I like the gunplay and I like the movement in the game. The map designs are alright, but the class systems are horrible. I didn't really care for the cosmetics or anything like that in the game, and it had absolutely no content. It barely had any weapons or maps at launch, and it took ages for them to put it in the game. As long as they avoid that, I think Battlefield is going to come on top this year. But as a hardcore Call of Duty fan, I'm very disappointed. I'm extremely disappointed in this franchise. Year after year after year, we keep getting more and more crap. Actually, one of my homies, the Dynamite, actually put a tweet out the other day talking about how Black Ops 4 is just a perfect example of you don't know what you got until it's gone, which is completely true because I hated on Black Ops 4 back in the day. But going back and playing it, it was fast-paced, it was action-packed, and yes, it had its issues. But my biggest issues were the microtransactions, which they resolved at the very end. If they had that microtransaction system model in place, where you can use the crates on whatever weapon you want, it would have been so much better. But it was too big of a gambling factor in that game that it just took away all the fun. It was so obnoxious. But it's true, though. It's true because now look at what we got. We got Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, and God only knows what's happening in Call of Duty 2021. And it's like that time in Black Ops 4 when we could have been happy and we could have embraced that game. We hated on it for very obvious reasons. Like I said, there were issues in that game, but at the end of the day, God, so much better than what we have to deal with nowadays. But guys, I'm going to call the commentary quits there. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. And once again, thank you guys for all the support you show me on this channel. Not just this one, but my Twitch channel as well. Just these past couple of months, it's been absolutely insane. So much support, so much love. Can't thank you guys enough. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. And by all means, you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both links are down in the description. And also, to catch you live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much. so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.